Hey guys, I kinda wanna update y'all. Um, there's been a few things that I've figured out, and there's been a few things that I've, made or whatever for the bike or to the bike. The problem with the rear axle is there's a piece of key steel that they stuck into the bearing, into the axle hole, and on this bike the axle bolt is hollow, and on my TTR it wasn't hollow. So I thought that the key was just kinda in there as a means they couldn't get the bolt through, so they just put the key still in there to keep the wheel from falling to this side, and get it onto my trailer. But actually it's crammed into the bolt. I don't know how they done it, but well, they tried to hammer the bolt in. That got stuck, so I guess they tried to put the key steel in and knock it back out, but they crammed the key steel into the bolt. So now the bolt, I believe the bolt is flared with the key steel inside of it, holding it in place. It'll spin, but it won't come out. And it's kind of bothering me. It's one of the few things that's left that I have to deal with on it before I could ride it. And it's proving to be a pretty big problem. I've put WD-40 down in there. I've tried putting a piece of metal down into that hole and peck the piece out, but it always seems to go along the side of it, which is confusing me because it comes out the side beside the key. And I've never dealt with anything like this. I don't know why it's acting like that or what I can do to fix it. If y'all have come anywhere near close to dealing with anything like this, please comment and let me know how to fix it. I was thinking about hooking a chain up to it and this end right here, this bolt, and pulling it out, but Dad said that wouldn't be a good idea because I might yank a bunch of stuff out. But honestly, I want this bolt out so that I can see what the problem is, what the trouble is. I can buy another bolt. They're like $14. I can get another bolt, but I can't do nothing with the bolt stuck in here. But one of the things that I've done is I made this. It is a triangle stand that I welded up earlier this evening. The welds don't look beautiful or nothing like that. I really haven't even cleaned it that much. But what it is it's just a bolt. I welded the links together, and then I went and left the link free and welded up the rest. There's 21 links this way, and I think 13 links this way, and then another 21 links. But the side plate and all that stuff is still off of it because the plastic piece that goes over top of this covers up the sprocket, and I have to put the chain on it, and it's really hard with the sprocket being covered. And I want to get this fixed before I put the chain on it. So this piece is going to be off for a little while. But that's the major problem that I'm dealing with so far, is this stupid key still. And this kid didn't tell me nothing about it, which does bother me. It does irritate me. He did not say nothing about the key stock being stuck in the rear wheel axle bolt. But I mean, I kind of don't blame him, but at the same time, it irritates me that there was a detail that was left out. You know, the TTR was a great bike. It was running really well. It just didn't have the suspension to hold me. And yes, you can buy a suspension kit for the front and back, but that's $80 for the back and like another $80, $90 for the front. It's just, it was too much for me to spend at the time. It just wasn't a really smart thing, and the clutch was starting to act up on it. But for the most part, very good bike. The engine ran really good. But that piece right there is the problem, the big problem right now. If I get that piece fixed, then I could just order a new bolt and not worry about it, and I'd have to get one of the chain tensioners for this side because this side's gone. But I'm really close. I've got the hoses got the hoses plumbed up on it. It ain't got antifreeze in it because I'm gonna have to take off the other side with the water pump on it to tighten up a few bolts and stuff on the inside where the clutch is at. But it's all falling into place. I just got to get this stupid bolt out. But I got a little bit of news. There's a boy that follows me on Instagram, and his name is Tyler Nye. It's TYLER_NIGH. He's really helped me a lot, support wise. You know, there's a lot of my pictures that he likes, and I posted a picture about an hour ago of the bike and the stand, and under a minute he liked it. So that's a big deal for me. I'm new to this whole deal, and somebody to show that kind of support, it means a lot. So if you see this video, if you've made it this far, go to Instagram, show him some support, and you know, follow him or whatever. I'd really appreciate it. He'd really appreciate it. I told him that I was gonna, kind of shout him out or whatever on here, even though all of my 25 subscribers, but anything helps. Just go give him a like, go shout him out or whatever. Show him some respect. He's helped me out. But yeah, guys, I guess that'll be it. There's a few bolts. See, whenever he gave it to me, he gave me a box full of bolts, and they were like 3 or 4 different sizes. So I just put what I thought would fit, and you see that one right there is actually a little too long, so I got to take that one out once I take this back off. And there's a few bolts over here that I think are too short, because I'm missing a few bolts from my plastics, and I'm pretty sure that a few of them are in here. But there's also a few of them in a bag that are too long to go onto my plastics, which makes me think that there's a few short ones on here that go onto my plastics. But I got the exhaust mounted down. It's tight. I've got the shock adjusted, the front and the back shock adjusted. I still need the kickstart gear. The idler gear for the kickstart needs to be, but as long as I can get a shifter for it, then I could just bump start it. but I got to get this bolt fixed. That's the big deal. Also, I've been holding this light in my hand, has been killing me because I burnt my hand and whenever I was building the chain triangle stand. I was leaned over. I had just finished welding the bolt on the underside. There was a pretty big free space, so I was just going to fill it in with some weld. And I just got done with that, and I flipped it over. I picked it up on the bottom end because of the bolts on the top. I picked it up on the bottom, flipped it over, sat it on my walkway,